Audience. Hello everyone, my name is Andrew Davis and I'm here to persuade you on why ethical hunting is one of the healthiest, most sustainable, and most ethical things a person can do. For starters, when you go hunting, it requires a lot of cardio. It doesn't matter where you go hunting, how you hunt, you're gonna have to do cardio. You can't just park your car and sit in it. That's illegal. So when you go hunting, you have to walk to where you want, like to your tree stand or to your blind or wherever you want to go, and it can be 500 yards or it can be 2 miles to where you want to go. Or if you're out west elk hunting, you can't sit in one spot. There's so much space and so less animals. You have to move. Ethical hunting is the healthiest and the greenest and most humane way to eat in 2025. Here's my nutrition bomb. Venison, which is the meat of a deer, is leaner, higher, and has better omega-3 fatty acids than grain-fed beef, like cow. My source was Cordain et al. Journal of Nutrition 2022. It was a great website. Venison also tastes very, very similar to beef. It's a little more gamier, but that's about it. There's also as many deer as there are cows. There's deer everywhere. You're not gonna run the population of deer out because you want to eat venison instead. It's way more humane than grocery meat. There's slaughterhouses full of lined up cows just waiting to die, but when it comes to an animal like a deer, 95% of the time when you're hunting with a rifle, you instantly kill the deer if you have the right shot. And that was by Cawley et al. Journal of Wildlife Diseases 2018. That was another great website I used. Also, the deer lived freely in the wild. It wasn't in a fence the whole time. It was out doing its own thing, living life. And yeah, that's a lot better in my opinion than living in a cage or a pen or whatever your whole life, but that's just my point. Hunting can also benefit your mental and your physical gains. Sometimes hunting you can get from 5,000 steps a day all the way up to 100,000 steps and more. On average, it's about 18,000 steps a day, and that can help with, and it says 40% less depression and anxiety at Larson et al., University of Wyoming, 2023. My call to action is you should take your hunter ed course. There's these places called DEC camp. I went to it when I was younger, and it's a camp where you're not allowed to have any electronics, anything like that. You're out in a cabin in the forest, and they teach you about nature and how to treat nature properly and all the ethical ways to be in nature without having to worry about anything, and all the ethical ways how to hunt. That's one of the ways you can get your hunting license, is going to DEC camp. They provide the gun safety course, the hunter safety course, and the bow safety course. All of the courses are offered there. And it's also a great way to learn about hunting if you've never hunted. But if you're older and you can't go to DEC camp, you can go find a hunter ed course. There's free online ones, or they're very cheap. You go there, you sit there for, I think it's like 7 hours, and you learn about what you're going to take the test at the end of your time there. So you learn about hunting and ethical ways of hunting the entire time, and then you have to take your test at the end, and if you pass, you get your hunter's license. And another way I think you should go hunting is, if it's your first time hunting, you should never go by yourself. You should go with someone who's experienced hunter. My first time hunting, I went with my dad. and he's very experienced. He's been doing it his whole life, and he helped teach me some things that I might not have learned at DEC camp or at my hunter safety course. There's plenty of things that aren't taught there that you can learn out in the wilderness. And yeah. Lastly, when you harvest your own meat, it's a lot different than when you just go and buy your food. When you go out hunting for, say you go out on hunting for 4 days, and for 3 of those days you don't see a deer, or you don't shoot a deer or anything like that, it can be very demeaning. It can, I don't know, you'll think, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, or something like that. But once you get a deer and you provide your family or yourself or whoever you give the meat to, once you do that, that feeling is like no other. The meat is cleaner. It feels a lot better to bring meat to your own family instead of just going and buying it. In conclusion, I think animals deserve respect, and I also think that the planet needs hunters. You deserve real food, and you deserve pride, real pride. And the best time to start is now. And second best is tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.